Hello everybody, my name is Merc, and today I am checking out Tetrobot & Co., which is developed by Swing Swing Submarine, who also developed the game Blocks That Matter, which was released a year or two ago on Steam. And it has a very similar idea in that you control a little robot and you use blocks to solve puzzles, except the gameplay is actually quite a bit different in this game compared to Blocks That Matter, which was more of a puzzle platformer-ish. This one is more puzzly than platformer, for sure, and I'll show some of that off in a second. Let's quickly check out the options screen. There's very bare basics options, but really it's not really required in this game, and there's audio sliders as well as a mute button and configuring the gamepad. There is no configuring of the keyboard controls because you actually don't have any keyboard controls. Really, everything is controlled with the mouse as far as I know. So that's interesting, and they even recommend using the mouse when you first launch the game instead of using a gamepad, and I will show that why I think that is probably a good idea in it. There's also a bunch of other things here that basically goes off and tells you some of the story as you collect some of the collectibles, and face blocks, which tells you essentially what each of these blocks do. Like wood will stick together, and wrote a movie review about Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which I guess is its way of saying that fire spreads from block to block, and it likes to game Botanicula, and who didn't really? Another cool thing is you can actually switch to what music you are listening to at any time just by pressing escape and going to this menu, and of course there's achievements. But yeah, I think that's about it. There's also a community page, which is probably going to be, you know, community-made levels. I'm pretty confident that Blocks That Matter also had a community workshop as well, where you can just play custom-made levels through other people that other people have made. Sorry. So very bare basics starting screen here, and actually the whole UI of this game is very bare basics, and I kind of appreciate it because I like simplistic UI, because you don't need to show much more than what you already see, and I think this could actually even translate very well to iOS devices, and I'm not entirely sure if it is going to translate to Android and iOS, but it is certainly a possibility. So I've also played some of this game, as I mentioned before. I'm 8% done apparently, and the first couple levels are actually really simple in my opinion. They're just mostly tutorials, but then it gets quite a bit more complicated. I'm not sure where exactly to start, so I think I'm just gonna start on the first level, and I'm gonna like speed through it. I'm gonna skip a couple levels probably. So basically you control this Psychobot apparently, and you control him either by using the gamepad. Can you use the arrow keys? I never even really tried. No. Apparently you cannot use the keyboard at all to control, so what you do is you click with the mouse and he will just go. So that's pretty simple. Some things that you will learn, of course, is there are switches that will move blocks or make blocks disappear so you can continue progressing through the level. One thing that is weird about using this click to move thing is you can't actually change your click to move. If you click to a wrong spot, you can't like click somewhere else and make him go, you know, to that second place. You have to wait for him to go all the way there. But one thing that's cool about the click to move is you can just click over here and then it'll auto path you, not even through the lasers, it'll avoid the lasers, which is good. So one thing that it teaches you in this first level, excuse me, is that these switches persist depending on as long as you are in the same level. So I switched that square switch. That means that this obviously has turned off, but if I were to leave this screen and then come back, that will still be turned off. So earlier you saw a laser that was blocking a path to a golden block. Now if I wanted to get that golden block, this being one of them as well, another golden block here, you'll have to find that switch, the corresponding switch, turn it off, and then go all the way back there. So there's a tiny bit of backtracking, at least in this first level, and maybe in a couple levels in the future, but I actually haven't seen many more in the first world that I've basically done here. So I don't think it's a huge issue for those people who don't like backtracking in particular. So just gonna continue speeding through this level as best I can. Let's not get killed by these lasers. I haven't gotten killed yet. I don't know if you can get killed. I'm assuming you can, but if you touch the lasers once, you won't actually die. You'll just get knocked back. Now, something cool about this game is the see-through block here. You can actually use your magnetic whatever to absorb blocks through this. And if I press escape here, go to the face blocks. the mesh block is what they are. So it says you can't pass, which is true. Obviously you can't pass through it. It's a one-way ticket. I'm not sure what that means. You can see right through me. Maybe the one-way ticket implies that you can, you know, use your left click to absorb the blocks, and then you can also right click. You can't actually right click through, so that's probably what it means, is you can only absorb through it and not pass through it with the blocks themselves that you have. That's a little weird way of me explaining that. I will definitely show off a better example in the next couple levels. So that was just the first basic level. I only clicked 2 pieces because the first piece was all the way at the back, and I didn't really feel like doing the backtracking required to get it, especially since I already had that piece, because I kind of did a little, as much perfectionist as I could until I got to these levels, which are actually a lot harder. So let's go to the 5th level here, and I'll show a good example of how these puzzles work, because now we are dealing with the blocks themselves. So like I said earlier, you left click to absorb the block inside of you, and then it is in your little bar down below. So then you just absorb all these blocks. Now the things that each of these blocks have their own properties associated to them, just as in blocks that matter, except in this one I think it's a little bit simpler. So wood, obviously, well, I'm not going to say obviously, but wood will stick to wood. Now basically is what I'm trying to say here. So if I put a wood block here, and then I put another wood block here, actually it's not going to do anything. I was going to try to show off that it would stick, but no matter what, in this situation it's not going to stick. But you can actually see right here, you put a sand block and another sand block, and then there you go, it sticks. Now one thing I do want to mention is, say I want to put a block like just right, I don't know, right around here. If you right click and put a block right there, it actually pushes all the way to the opposite side of the screen until it hits a wall. So that is something that you're going to have to consider when you do these puzzles, because these blocks will not stop until it hits a wall, or until it hits something or another block of its type, in order to you know, bypass that, or so it can stick to that, so it can stick to the block. So I've done this level before, so I know you have to go up here first. So absorb all these blocks, and the reason why I'm showing this level again is because it kind of shows what the puzzles are like. So since I absorbed that wood block, I'll just replay that again, which, as you can see, there's a replay button here. If you ever make a mistake that's, you know, you get, like if a block gets destroyed and you can't get that back, you just click that little reset button and it'll go back to the last step you did, including, like, you know, one movement step. So as you can see, I was down here and then I'm up here. So let's go back up there. So I'm going to take this wood block, and then the wood block's going to fall, and it's also going to cause the sand block to fall. So once again, I have my four pieces here. So here's an example of what I was mentioning. So I want to put one block right there, right next to me, to the right. But unfortunately, if I were to shoot that, it will just go to the wall, and then it won't be in the position that I need it to be in. So one thing you can do, not in addition to just leaving, you know, putting another block beside of it, since that block is now would be blocking it. That's a lot of blocks. Anyway, you could also just right click up here, and then the block will fall into position. So you can do that once again like this, and then it'll fall, and then I can push this right here, and since wood blocks stick together, it won't fall next to the sand block. And then I just do one more, and then once I have the whole shape filled out, this gold block will fall, and that is of course what you need to progress through the level. Well, it's not necessarily what you need, but is what you want to collect if you want to get, you know, a perfectionist rating, or if you want to progress through the game, really, because I know you need gold blocks in order to progress through the later levels. The levels are actually blocked off themselves. I've used block way too many times in this video thus far, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, you need to collect as many gold blocks as you can, is essentially what I'm getting at there. Now, the reason why I want to show off this level is particularly because of this challenge in particular, because it actually took me a little bit of thinking in order to figure out how to do this. So what I actually did was, I gotta remember what I actually did. Alright, I think I did it this way. So I put one right there, and then I went up here, pushed a wood block down there, and it falls automatically, and then put that one right there. So now when I move these sand blocks, since that wood block is attached to the ground, this other second wood block will not fall. If I didn't have that, the one wood block in the bottom here, then obviously it would fall. So now I have the issue of how do I get these blocks here. So what I can do is I can put a sand block right there, and then it'll fall into position. I can put a sand block right here, and then it'll stay. And then I just absorb this, and then I come back over here and then push that right there, and since that it is connected to the other sand block, it will stay in position. And if I didn't have a sand block there, it would have just went right past and pushed forward. So unfortunately, the rest of this level I can't actually do. I spent a good like 5 minutes or so trying to figure out this puzzle down here, but I, for the life of me, could not. I feel like I'm pretty good at puzzle games, but this puzzle in particular, I was very confused. So obviously this gold block is a lot more tangible. It's opaque, I guess is the better word. It's not transparent like the other ones were, which means that obviously I haven't collected it for my own save file, I guess. So yeah, as I'm trying to figure this out, it is actually quite impossible because, well, I'm sure it's not impossible, but for me it feels impossible because I have literally no idea how to do this. I meant to use a wood block. So you just scroll with the mouse wheel in order to change what blocks you want to use. So then there you go. So now I need to put the two other blocks into the position, right? But unfortunately, the moment I move this sand block, those wood blocks are going to fall. And if I already use the sand blocks in the same position as the wood blocks earlier, sand will of course fall, just like Minecraft physics imply. These blocks all have kind of Minecraft physics, just like Blocks That Matter did, and some people felt that was like a fault of the game, like it was aping too much from Minecraft. That's not really a case. I think it just, the ideas are, you know, appropriate. Now, if this was Minecraft physics, then I think the wood blocks would stay in position, even in floating in midair. But since it's not, that is not the case. So I'm going to give up on this challenge, unfortunately. I'll have to maybe take a look at it later and see if I can figure it out, and then just go to the exit portal. You can exit any time, but again, you want to collect as many gold blocks as you can to progress further. So I collected those blocks, and it's gonna be disappointed that I didn't get perfect here, which is right in the bottom right. I'm not sure how you don't get approved. Maybe if you only collect one or less blocks, you don't get the approved stamp. I'm not entirely sure about that. There is a little bit of a story to the game, as I kind of mentioned earlier. There's a little opening video, but it's like not even important really. It's pretty much bare bones, if anything. Just some girl made these robots and then things are happening. That's about it. So I'm not sure why this one is gold in particular. Maybe I've collected a number of the gold blocks that was required in order to get to this level, but I just briefly checked out this level and then I figured, hey, let's try to do this on camera. So I'm going to do just that. So we have 4 wood blocks, 2 sand, 2 wood. Or sorry, 4 stone blocks, 2 sand, 2 wood. I don't know why I confused that. So basically, just trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. I'm kind of thinking I have an idea on how to do this. I'm going to try to collect as many stone blocks as I can first. So let's absorb that, make the sand fall. Now that I actually realized what my situation is, I'm not quite sure if this is going to be as easy as I thought, but we will see. So I can do that, and then I can also absorb this. Oops, I meant to left click and I right clicked instead. Good thing that I can just absorb it again. Okay, so now is the issue of trying to get these other blocks into position whilst not making them fall, I guess. That was a weird way of saying that. But essentially, whenever I try to put these blocks into position, chances are they're going to be in a place that's not going to be easy for me to get them to stick into place that I need them to stick to. But I actually think I just figured it out by doing what I just did, by standing on one of the blocks and then putting that stone block in the middle, because now I can do this. And otherwise, if I didn't have these 2 wood blocks here, that top of wood block would have continued going forward perpetually until it hit the wall, of course, as I explained earlier. So I actually did just figure out this puzzle. I didn't figure it out beforehand, I just kind of figured it out on the spot right now. So I got the key. The face blocks now wants to tell me what the key does. Practice makes perfect. 8 thems. Time of my life. Okay, so this is a little weird to me. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to do this instead of just, you know, actually telling you what each of the blocks do, but I guess there's a little bit of mystery in trying to figure out what each of these blocks do. So I guess just the key is for getting perfect? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what this key does, but I have it, and I'm going to continue to the next level. So, yeah. And where's the lock? Okay, so we got the key, we got perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go into the next world now. I actually need 1 more gold block, and then I can continue to the 3rd world. But I figured I might as well do the unveiling of the 2nd world on camera here. So we got the Tetrobot. What was this one? Tetrobot. Okay, so Tetrobot was the character in the first game, Blocks That Matter. So now we got Tetrobot, which looks like a drowned up washing machine. Okay, so we're going to do the level Infiltration 2-1. So this, has some water. Can I go in the water? No, apparently I cannot go into the water. He doesn't like that. Okay, so we're just going to continue onwards. What is this thing? I've never seen this before. Okay, it's gonna shoot me. Press the button. Yeah, okay, so it shoots me through the water. Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of those screens where it just kind of shoots you through a pipe. That's okay. The pipe animation doesn't take very long, so I'm not really too upset about that. So I can't go through the water. Okay, so this thing looks like it can turn around. What? Oh, okay, so I do it like that. And then, okay, I gotcha. So that's pretty easy to control. Let's go see what's over here. Was it the wood block? I think it was, yeah. So let's go absorb that in with the left click, come back over here, and then I can put this on the crescent shaped thing, so I can unlock that and get over here, and then I can left click and I can absorb it through the mesh there. But I can't shoot it through the mesh, so I can't right click and place it through the mesh, it'll stop itself. So then I can just right click right there, and then I'll go all the way over there to the square lock, and then I can progress. Okay, so there is a gold piece right there. I shoot myself down, I automatically get absorbed. Okay, that's interesting. So I might as well just shoot. Oh. Okay, I can't actually shoot myself just straight down. Can I shoot myself to the left? No, it's gonna do that again. Okay, so I thought this was gonna be easier, but apparently not. Maybe if I shoot myself up, go back inside of this one, and then shoot myself down. I don't automatically get absorbed because I don't know what else to call this. I was trying to think of the Star Trek term. Like the tractor beam doesn't absorb me in because it was facing upwards instead of to the right. So now I can shoot myself this way. I can shoot myself this way. So the controls are very basic. It's just left clicks and right clicks, especially with even with these things. So I feel like this game could easily translate to mobile devices, which is pretty neat. So now this is going to be an issue because when I go back through here, it's going to reset that switch, and I would prefer if it didn't. So how am I going to deal with this? Do I place a block? And then... no? Okay, yeah, now I'm like officially stumped. Interesting. How do I deal with this? Like, no matter what, if I go through there... oh, maybe I have to... ew, okay, I got you. So I just push the block instead, and then I don't need to take the block with me. I was thinking that I needed to take that sand block with me when I really just needed to go forward. Okay, so now this is just an easy gold block to get. Go backwards and then absorb it. So that wasn't so bad. I can't even go back through the water, so if I wanted to go back there, I'd have to use the reset button in the top left there. Okay, so what are we dealing with over here? Why can't I go in there? Interesting. Maybe if I go through this tube, it'll automatically just shoot me through. Oh, I can just absorb it that way. Interesting. Okay, so let's go check out the face blocks. Pipes. Share a status on their wall. It's not the destination, but how you get there that counts. They answered yes to a poll. Are you attracted to magnets? And is listening to a song, The Carpal Tunnel of Love. Okay, interesting. Really, that means nothing to me except for they're attracted to magnets, and I guess they can be used to help you get to a destination, although it says not the destination that counts. Whatever. Okay, so I placed it in position, and now I can actually probably use that, whereas before I probably couldn't have. Didn't really test that out, but I'm assuming that the reason why I needed that piece is so I can actually use it. This is weird. How do I get through this? Interesting. Like, I honestly have no idea how I was supposed to get through this. Because even if I had a block here, I can't push it through, and I can't do anything with this water. I'm honestly very confused as to how to do this. So I think I'm just gonna move on rather than spend 5 minutes staring at that screen. So once again, it's gonna be another 2 out of 3 level for me, which is I'm okay with, because as long as I'm getting like 1 or 2 per level, then I can progress at least at a decent rate. So no perfection for me. Let's do another level or 2, and then we'll probably wrap this up because it's gone on quite long enough already. So can I just shoot myself through these lasers? Oh, I can. So you're basically invulnerable, and I just noticed all the background is now water. Okay, it's interesting. So yeah, I can't use this pipe without the connecting piece there. So we need to go find that. So there's also switches you can press with your little Tetrobot, I guess. Oh, interesting. So now I can actually get pushed through. Okay, so okay, maybe that's how I did the level previously. I'd have to use that thing to absorb the gold block and then push it towards me. Maybe I'll go do that at the end of this video or something. We'll see. Okay, so we got another piece of this right here. And then I guess I need to go push it into there, and then push it into there. Okay, that worked out. I don't understand what this is, what that's supposed to do. Oh! Oh! I honestly didn't see that one. Oh, and there's a little button in the bottom right to show you how to get back to your Tetrobot. Okay, that's interesting. I'm glad I pressed that button randomly and got that first gold block. Okay. So yeah, there's quite a bit of little puzzle nature in this game. That was a very weird way of saying that. But I enjoy the puzzling in this game. It's different from many other games I've played before, and it's interesting. I enjoy playing it so far, and I imagine it's just going to get better because they're just going to add in more mechanics throughout. So yeah, I'm intrigued, to say the least. I'm probably going to try to do the rest of this level, but I also am very confused as to how to do this. Maybe if I push... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, thankfully. I could have just reset, I guess, but let's try it this way. Let's just push that right there. Okay, so it is blocking the laser so I can progress. Although I guess I'm not really... Oh, okay, so that's actually an exit or enter tube, so I can push that all the way over there and then connect myself. Okay. Alright, so we got a switch up here. Let's go trigger that. So let's use this thing, absorb that, shoot it, shoot it. Oh, why isn't this one working? Oh, because there's already a block in there. Makes sense. So I can shoot it again. Alright. So then I got another piece for that earlier pipe, which is right over here. Except I don't know how to get through. Actually, I do. I do know how to get through it. So we just push that. Oh, that's not good. Can I push it through this water? No. No, he said no. Interesting. Can I? No. No, I can't. That's not good. I'm actually legitimately confused now. Maybe I need that wood block earlier. But how do I get there? I guess I need this block once again. I don't know why I didn't want to take it with me. So I just got hurt there, but honestly, it doesn't seem like that there's much of a problem in getting hurt. It doesn't seem like you can die, which is probably a good choice in this game, because this game is probably more difficult enough in the fact that you have puzzles here that if you can't solve, you literally just can't beat the level. So now I can push that wood block there, and then I can push this one here, and then I can go get this. Alright, so that wasn't so bad. I can push that one all the way over there, and then use this newly created pipe, or newly accessible pipe, really. So this thing, okay, never mind, I was going to say that thing, actually, let's, actually, no, I guess I'm going to have to finish this level, because I can't really think of how to get to that other block above me. So I'm just going to finish this level. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for Tetrobot & Co. I'm enjoying it. It's a decent puzzle, well, it's more than decent, actually. It's an enjoyable puzzle game for sure. It has some unique features that aren't really in many other puzzle games that I've played before. And honestly, I think it's worth it. It's a little pricey at $12, but it also has a discount, and I'm sure it'll be on a Steam sale eventually in the future. But I feels like there is enough content here to justify it, because there is a number of levels in each level, or number of worlds, and each world has like 5 levels each, and then 100%. Ooh, geez, I don't even want to think about that one. So yeah, there's a decent number of levels here for sure. So I feel like if you're into puzzle games, then you can definitely get your money's worth out of this one. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and hope you guys will definitely consider this in the future. And I will see you next time.